It turns out that London is set to get a remake in a Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's also some new talk on helicopters, and the Starfighter gets a bunch of new images. Let's take a look. Now, head of Microsoft Flight Simulator Jörg Newman recently had an interview with the simming website FS Elite. The interview covered many recent topics such as the Next World update, the Junkers U, amongst many other things. Now, contained within the interview were a few great snippets of information that I want to discuss here. As always, I recommend reading the full interview, which you can find linked in the video description. So perhaps the most interesting point, at least for me, was about London. London, of course, was overhauled in World Update 3, however it had a number of problems associated with it, which many people have pointed out over time. Most notably was the fact that photogrammetry just wasn't very good, or at least not as good as it should have been. This is something that Microsoft do regret, and it's also something they say they're going to fix. The plan then is to redo London. Whilst currently there's no date for this, it is a great piece of information to have, and I know a good number of people will appreciate such an update. City photogrammetry, incidentally, is one of the main reasons for the delay to World Update 6. Vienna will soon be getting an overhaul, and it's taken a while for Asobo and Microsoft to get this city to where they want it. Rather than having another repeat of London, the update was delayed to get the city into a good place. Interestingly, Jörg also pointed out how long some of these world updates are in development. Germany is in the next update, and they began work on that one over a year and a half ago. Meanwhile, they're currently working on content for 2022 and 2023. So this is all planned out well ahead. On the subject of helicopters, Jörg confirmed that these will be coming in late 2022. It also said it is a lot of work to get these in. So the upcoming Volocopter that we saw some trailers of a little while ago, and you can see a few clips on the screen right here. All of this is coming soon. I think it is coming this year, the Volocopter. And the work on this is a part of the process which will lead eventually to helicopters. So like I say, the full interview is well worth reading. You can find the link to FS Elite in the video description below. The interview also touches on air racing and numerous other subjects, so do check it out. PMDG has recently discussed some changes they have made to the DC-6, their plane that they released a little while ago. The plane unfortunately suffered from a number of problems due to Update 5 essentially breaking at numerous aspects of the plane. It sounds like it's been quite challenging for PMDG to fix the problems. Essentially, the issue has been that Asobo changed the code within Microsoft Flight Simulator that PMDG's DC-6 was dependent upon. This required PMDG to adapt their DC-6, and it seems that will soon be complete, and they feel that the plane might soon even be ready and available for the in-sim marketplace. So whilst it seems the work for this is more or less complete, or will soon be, it does seem to be some concern, however, that Asobo may in a future update make another change causing further problems. With Microsoft Flight Simulator being such a large platform for so many different third-party developers, it seems to me that this type of problem could become a regular issue for many planes and many other mods and updates in fact. After all, each sim update and each world update does bring some significant changes to the sim. In the end then, it seems pretty clear that many third-party developers are going to be extremely dependent on Asobo effectively communicating with them. Over time, this will hopefully be a process that just gets better. Time will tell, but let's see how it goes. Now, new planes are always a constant with Microsoft Flight Simulator. If it's not Asobo releasing planes themselves, then it's another third-party plane on the way. Some of them are quite generic or standard, others are certainly far more stand out. Sim Skunkworks' upcoming plane then is definitely one that ranks among the standouts. The plane is the Lockheed F-104G Starfighter, and there's a bunch of new screenshots available, some of which you can see on the screen right here. The Starfighter then originally went into production in 1958 and saw some limited service with the US Air Force. It was primarily used, however, by NATO and allies, with Germany, Canada, Japan and others using the fighter for a number of decades. The plane has a ceiling of 100,000 feet and a top speed of Mach 2. In addition to its very unusual design, this is going to be a pretty unique plane to try out in a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Currently, there's no release date or price, but it does seem to be making good progress. That then brings us to an end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.